if this is the first time we talked to you since Charlotte, could you kind of detail, really, I guess the last 72 hours for you being pulled off the floor and then working your way back to the court tonight?
Yeah, not ideal in terms of not feeling well. It was just, hopefully a kind of a fluke instance where it just wasn't right. A lot of different reasons, and it was the right thing to do. And then the last 2 days, just kind of get my bearings back, and thankfully I had time to practice yesterday, which gave me a little bit of confidence to come into today and get back to playing at a high level. So you know it sucked missing the game, and especially in that fashion where I thought I could go, and at the last second just didn't have it in me. And then good bounce back for us overall as a team. So it's nice to have Loon and big fella back, and we obviously played really well, especially defensively in the second half, and that was a good key for us to get this win.
Steph, Mark Haynes from Clutch Points. Little off topic, but just wanted to know if your thoughts on the Tiger Woods accident.
It's very unfortunate. I mean, this day and age, when you get a text like, "Do you hear about Tiger?" Obviously, your mind goes. For me, it went to a dark place, and thankfully, he didn't have any life-threatening injuries, but it's just unfortunate and sad, and knowing all he's been through, these last couple of years. So, thankfully he's okay. From what I hear, I don't know too many details, but you just wish a speedy recovery, because at this point, like I'm a huge golf fan, that, and love watching him play and being on the tour and competing. But at this point, it's not about golf. It's about his quality of life and being there for his kids, and that's the most important thing right now. So hopefully he makes a full recovery to be there for them, because he got a lot of life to live.
Steph, to circle back to Saturday, we haven't talked to you since the end of that Charlotte game. You've been with Draymond for so many years. When you feel him start to lose it, is there anything you feel like you can say to kind of get through to him so he can calm it down moving forward if a similar situation happens?
Absolutely. We've been through a lot of different experiences together, and we have the utmost respect for each other, no matter what we're going through and what the situation is. And I can't give you the transcript, but I know exactly how to connect with him and keep him focused. And the same for me. He keeps me he challenges me, keeps me accountable on the court, in different ways. So the way that he's responded in the last 2 days since says a lot about who he is, and that hold himself to a high standard and that sense of accountability. And I think it's very genuine, and we rock with him for that. So just keep moving in the right direction.
You guys have had so many vets through the years. How difficult, and you're going through it now too, obviously, is that transition from having other older voices to bounce things off of to being, in your case and in his case, those older vets that everybody's looking at to set the tone every day, all the time?
It's different, and it's part of the challenge of this year. Like you said, we have a lot of energy spent and a lot of focus on playing at a very high level and being consistent every night. But you still have to be aware of how we're developing guys, instilling confidence, encouragement, meeting guys where they are, depending on the ups and downs of the season. And it requires a huge commitment. I think we understand that. We've tried to do our best with that. But it's part of the newness of what this year is. And it's going to be a season-long learning lesson and journey that we have to just stay committed to. So there's no way to kind of cheat your way through that. You kind of have to go through it and experience it, and everybody has to be on, just committed to what we're trying to do. And I think that's the best part about our team. Everybody in the locker room, win or loss, we have that, and we have that respect for each other, so we can grow together.
Steph, James Hill with the Black News Channel. Win tonight in New York can get you guys back on the win streak. Could you talk a little bit about just coming back and grinding and getting a W?
We're a resilient team, is why we haven't had a huge losing streak, and we have a lot to learn, which is why we haven't had a long winning streak. So it's a pattern. I think we're saying all the right things, trying to execute the right things. It was nice to have Loon and Wise back to give us some presence in the paint, extra bodies out there, and they played amazing. So it was a huge opportunity for us to try to get the road trip back on track and give ourselves a chance to go 2-2. And we did that. So it proves that, that we're capable of getting to that level. We just got to sustain it.
Hey, Steph, Kylan with Cron 4. Madison Square Garden, obviously being one of the iconic venues in the NBA. What was it like playing there in front of fans?
It was awesome. I mean, I don't know how many fans there were, but you could definitely feel a different, energy in there. And there were some fans heckling, which was awesome. And I think, me and Draymond are talking about it. There's no better feeling. I don't care if it's 19,000 or 2,500 or whatever it is. You love silencing a road crowd. So that is a cool experience, considering not many arenas have had fans this year, and it does make a huge difference. So we love, playing in front of the fans that bring energy like that, especially here.
One quick follow-up. Back in 2013, this week, you scored your first 50-point game at the same place. What do you remember about that night? And is it crazy that it's been 8 years?
It is crazy. I still remember it like it was yesterday, but a lot has happened. So definitely a cool memory to have, and one I'll carry, obviously, the rest of my times playing here at MSG.
Steph, Mark Haynes again. You said about you and Draymond talked about silencing the crowd and stuff. What was that when you and Draymond met at the half court and kind of laughed? Was that what y'all was talking about in the fourth quarter?
I don't even remember what we were talking about. No, but that wasn't it. But I don't know what we were talking about.
Steph, the situation the other night was obviously kind of, a little bit odd from a viewing experience. So you getting pulled off right before tip. Is there anything you can detail about like what you were kind of going through, health-wise?
I was trying to give myself a chance to play, and up until the last second, was just disoriented, and room was spinning a little bit. So at the end of the day, it wasn't smart for me to go out there and put myself in jeopardy of doing, some more harm or whatever the case is. So we were communicating all, pregame, making sure I was thinking straight about the decision to play, and that was a tough call, but the right one.
Stephen, Kelly was saying a few minutes ago that when he was terrible, he didn't say terrible. He said another word that I can't repeat. But he said when he was terrible, he was still working in the gym.
I want to know what he said.
With an S. S-H.
Is it end with a Y?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I got you.
He said when he was that he was still working in the gym, trying to get into his bag and everything. Going back to that time to where he is now, I mean, did you have to like occasionally just kind of go up to him and just kind of give him a little pat, let him know what's going on and what he had to do? Supportive.
Everybody was doing that. That's what teammates do, coaching staff. Especially for a newcomer that's trying to figure it out, and there's again a lot of noise and commentary about how he's playing, and he has an expectation of how he's supposed to play. When those don't align, it is tough, and I think we all understood and try to be proactive with talking to him, and he never lost energy or lost focus on what he was trying to do, and that's something I respect so much in terms of what he brings on a nightly basis, whether he's making and missing shots or whether things are going his way or not. He plays hard, so that was eventually going to get him through, and the rest is just understanding you have a body of work that, you've worked, tirelessly for, I can't say that. And eventually it's going to turn around. So he's working.
What's it mean for him and for you guys to see him come out of it the way he has?
I mean, it's awesome. It's helped us win games, and it's going to continue to do that. So I think all guys on the squad, like Kelly was the loudest, but everybody is trending in the right direction in terms of understanding how we do things, how we play, and learning the lessons we need to learn. And every game, I feel like, we've had some tough losses, but every game I feel like we are headed in the right direction in terms of really turning it on and turning the corner. Hopefully in 2 games, I'm not saying the same thing, but it is, the process and the journey that we're on as a team.
I asked Kelly.
Last question. Go ahead. Last question.
Steph, I asked Kelly on a scale of 0 to 10 where he was. He said he was in a 6. What do you think he has to do to get to a 10 or a 9?
Keep playing. I mean, I'm not going to harbor too much on it. We've all been there in a sense, and again, it's not living up to your own expectations. That's the toughest feeling in the world. It doesn't matter what anybody says about your game. It's how you feel about how you're playing. So just don't lose confidence in the process, and that 6 will be a 10 eventually. But it's up to him to feel that and to figure it out and stick with it. We can encourage him, but he's a professional basketball player, and I feel like he understands, what it takes to get there.